Hey guys, this is Mauisnake, and it's been a while since I've done one of these rants, but I've had a lot of reflecting to do since ESCA main playoffs have finished for me. And it's the second time in a row I went out in the first round with my team. So I want to talk about what it takes to have team success, and not so much about myself, but just like what it takes as a team to be successful. So basically, I broke it down into three categories, which is prep work, experience, and talent. And prep work, what is that? It's just how does that differ from experience? And basically, it's how much as a team you've gone through certain scenarios and how well versed you are in just playing out those scenarios. So some of these scenarios can be your execs, your defaults, your post plants, your retakes on different bomb sites on different maps. So let's say you are playing Inferno on your retake, and you have three guys with one flashbang. How are you going to use that one flash, and what are the routes that these guys are going to take? So, an example, I've noticed a lot of teams like to, on their retakes, send two through construction, and then the one guy with the flashbang will sit CT, throw the flash just kind of like into sight. There's like a specific flash a lot of people throw. And then the two guys from construction will pile out right with that flashbang, and then clear the whole bomb site as the CT guy comes in as well. And they know their routes, they know their angles they're going to check. They're just very comfortable doing this. They've done it a bunch of times over and over and over again, that they can now retake B fairly consistently against even another competent team that has their own experience and their own talent. But the prep work makes the retake a lot easier on them. They've done this before. They practiced it. They know exactly the situation. They know exactly the numbers that they have. They know the utility they have, and they know what that utility is going to do, and they know what their other teammates are going to be doing in all these situations. So whether that's on an exec or a default post plant late round situation, they just run it. They just know how their players respond to it. Whereas experience, which may seem kind of like prep work, is kind of more like the long term, like your game sense, how you play out certain situations because you are seeing a certain strategy come down. If an exec comes onto you, what's your decision tree for how are you playing that out? And that's kind of like more individual. With prep work though, you can turn that kind of experience into something that's like a team-oriented objective, or just creating an objective in that, like, these hectic situations. If people throw a full nade exec on Mirage against you, how are you going to respond to it? How's your teammate going to respond to it? And you guys might have some kind of play that you've worked out that can always respond to it. Whether you want to do a retake setup, or you guys want to get aggressive towards a ramp by throwing all your utility there and then pushing them back even. I don't know, whatever you guys have decided, that's like part of your prep work, but your experience is what you do in that certain situation for yourself as well. How you pre-aim, how your crosshair placement is, and that kind of runs into talent and skill. So there's a difference between talent and skill, and just like how hard you've worked to like acquire the skill that you have. But that's a topic for another video. Basically, your talent is kind of like your mechanical skill in any situation that you find yourself in. How good are you actually at aiming, at shooting at them? Like, if it's a fair fight, are you going to come out ahead because you're much more talented than them? Are you going to outplay them with movement because you're more talented than them? These little things can get you so far in certain rounds and can help you win out clutches and very tight situations, or win specific aim duels, which may help you win rounds in general. But that talent, you need some talent and you need some experience, but prep work is just where team success really lies. And you can have a team with a lot of talent, like Hiko, Shinobi, Wardell, Whitmer, and Vice, I think. But if that team's an open team that has been playing with each other all season, and they've played the same maps together, and they've played the same setups with each other all season, a pug team of even NA stars or just really great players in North America is still going to lose to them, because that open team has just played so much together. They know they have the prep work. They clearly have less experience. They clearly have less talent, but their prep work is just far above any kind of like professional pug team. And that's kind of how Gambit also won the major. Their prep work was outstanding. They knew how to handle so many different situations all the time. And Zeus was very good at just making sure that when the prep work wasn't working, or when whatever they were going to wasn't working, they had alternate backup plans. And the ability to adapt and adjust, but still feel prepared because you've still run these strategies and setups, just is another whole level of prep work that you would need to work on. It's not really reasonable for like a main team or like a intermediate team or whatever team you're on, or to have that kind of like depth of prep. But that's what it takes to be the best, to be comfortable in so many different situations, and to also let your experience take over sometimes when your prep work fails to let you feel prepared for something. And if that all fails, then you got to bail yourself out with talent. So definitely works in a hierarchy there. Prep is the most important, then experience, then talent. So thanks for joining, guys. Thanks for staying subscribed. I'll be coming out with more like real content. I hope to come out with a real video that's like actually really good, or decent at least, I mean, for my standards, by Monday. So thanks, guys. Stay prepared.